Tony DeSico wasn't your average produce guy. Sure, he ran the West Side Produce Co-op, but in Santa Cruz, that meant more than just tomatoes and lettuces. It meant knowing who paid with cash, who bartered with IOUs, and who suddenly rolled up in a BMW when last week they were peddling spinach from a shopping cart. He saw everything. Every alley, every shadow behind the bakery. Santa Cruz was changing, and Tony liked weird, but he hated dirty. Meth was dirty. It slipped in like mildew, turning the city soft and rotten. Rumors started, whispers about a new meth cook, clever and careful, hiding out in the old tunnels beneath Neary Lagoon. Tony's granddad had told stories about those tunnels. Italians and Chinese, fishermen and laundrymen, nodding but never talking. Tony always thought they were just stories. Until the day he smelled something rotten in the co-op basement. Not just old potatoes, something sharper, chemical, sweet and sick, like burnt rubber. Then came the missing padlock, strange footprints in the dust, and a dropped matchbook, 7 stars cleaners, Seattle, and 6th. Then came the bodies. 3 homeless men in a week, not a needle or pill in sight. Just gone, eyes open like they'd seen something they couldn't understand. Tony didn't call the cops. Cops were loud and always late. He called Angelo Costa, a plumber with a shotgun, and a silence you couldn't buy. The guy you called when you needed something fixed, or something kept quiet. Tunnel? Angelo asked. Tony nodded. That's all it took. They crawled under the co-op, past broken tiles, moldy walls, and into a corridor that stank like fish and secrets. At the end, a hole clawed open behind rotten wine crates. They crawled for what felt like hours. The tunnel walls were ancient, stone and brick, graffiti in every language, plus some that weren't. They found boot prints, trash, even a broken test tube. Then they heard it, a sound that wasn't a sound, a low, pulsing growl that hummed right through their teeth. The tunnel split 3 ways. One path smelled like seaweed, one like rust, and the third like tar. They picked tar. The air thickened. Black ooze dripped down the walls, sticky as living molasses, twitching when Angelo poked it with his knife. You ever seen tar sweat? Tony asked. No, Angelo said. Then voices, arguing. Cut it, too much, it's waking up. Then a scream. They rushed in, flashlights up, but the light seemed to get swallowed. 2 meth heads stood there, jars and tubing in hand, blocking the way. But behind them was something else. Not brick, not stone. A tall black wall, like oil frozen mid-drip. It pulsed. It breathed. The woman saw Tony and screamed, "You brought it!" She ran. The man slipped. He reached for the wall, and the wall took him. No noise, no struggle, just a ripple, and he was gone. Tony stared. Angelo didn't move. "What the hell is that?" Tony whispered. Angelo just said, "Not from here." They left in silence. Tony called a friend at the police department. "We found your tunnel," he said. "What was down there?" A pause. Something that doesn't want to be found again. They sealed the tunnel, 10 bags of concrete and a cross above the wall, but Tony still dreams of it. The tar, the breathing, and the whisper he almost heard. This tunnel doesn't end here. It begins. And somewhere under Santa Cruz, the wall is waiting, hungry.